Hey, it's John here, your friendly neighborhood AV guy. I got you in the dark room to show you some basic setup functions for a projector. So let me spin my phone around here. There we go. Okay, let's see if I can get that to stay in focus. That's not bad there. So this is what's called a 16:9 format. It looks kind of like a rectangle. If you use a 4:3 ratio format, it looks more like a square box. So when you're making your PowerPoint, and you're projecting onto a screen, make sure that you know what your screen ratio is, what the shape of it is, and I talk more about that in other videos on what to know before the show. But I want to show you some basic functions of your projector setup. So we just hit select, we've gone into our projector setup. The first thing at the top, it says status. If we click on that, that basically gives us what our projector is doing. So we've got no signal going into it right now. I don't have anything plugged into it. But once you plug something in, it'll say HDMI, it'll say VGA, it'll say whatever you've got plugged into it. The runtime underneath that, that's kind of important once your projector starts to get some years behind it, because the projector has 622 hours left on the lamp. On normal has 379 hours. If you put it on Econ, it's got 236. So that's basically kind of the hours that you've got left in your projector. We go next down to the next one. That says computer to select. That's what input we have plugged in. So your projector is going to automatically read what's plugged into it. If you have more than one thing, it'll read differently. But right now we're plugged into computer input number 2. Projector ID is basically what your projector's called. Initial startup, so that's kind of, it saves what, it's set for your last memory. So the last setup you did before you shut your projector off, it'll save that. You can also have it to just default it so it goes back to factory default. Projector method, now this one's kind of cool because this projector, you can do different things with it. Right now we have front desk, so basically that means it's sitting on a table, as we got here, sitting on a table. And it's projecting from on the front. Now you could switch that, so you could go, we got it hung upside down from the rafters. We've got it rear projecting. So if you're using a rear projection screen, this projector will do that too. We've got it basically hanging upside down again, and then we go back to normal. High altitude mode, that's kind of cool because projectors are actually affected by the altitude you're at, how they function. The heater in it will be affected by your altitude. So the amount of pressure or the temperature will be affected. The lamp power is on normal. You can also set it for Econ methods or other, if you need stronger power. But Econ will actually give you less power. If you're projecting a little closer, you can change it through Econ management. Emulate, you can actually have this projector work like a different kind of projector. So it's got basically, if you go in there, it's got different kinds of models of projectors in it that you could have this projector emulate. The function button, this is basically how you set up all the different functions. Audio setting, this projector actually has little speakers in it, so you can actually affect the sound that comes out of those little speakers. They're not great speakers, so your best bet is to actually use a PA system. Run your audio in through a PA system and it'll give you better sound. Your test pattern, this really helps you kind of get your white balance right if you're working on your different colors. So you can kind of like get, you can set up your projector. There's a bit of a matrix, and there's a white balance matrix, and there's a very intense matrix. This will really help you. Ooh, it doesn't like that one at all much, does it? This will help you really get your projector lined up properly, especially if you're shooting it from pretty far away. We go back out. The filter counter is kind of like your projector thing that's testing the hours. This is like telling you how much life your filter has left in it. And initialize all really just lets you save everything, so everything's working at the same time. So some basic functions of your projector, and that's what to know before the show.